welcome back to the channel. My name's Clint, and today we're doing rock lights. I bought a rock light kit from Twisted Pro. This is called their 8-piece starter kit. If you guys watched my pod light video, you're familiar with the name Twisted Pro then. The great thing about Twisted Pro is they are 100% veteran owned and operated. Their parts are made right here in the US, and the warranties are unbelievable. So these rock lights come in white, blue, red, green, and amber. As you can see, I got the amber ones. You open the box up, comes with a wiring harness, and then your 8 or 12 or 16, however many pod lights you ordered. You can see there's not 8 in here. I've got some of them out already. I've been fabricating. These housings are aluminum. It's got a polycarbonate lens in it. They use Cree LEDs. The warranty for their rock lights is amazing. If the light fails for any reason, if you get any condensation in your lens, if you smash it on a rock, they're going to replace it. No questions asked. That's a hell of a warranty. So that, coupled with the fact that it's a veteran owned and operated company, makes it easier for me to spend my money on their products. I have to throw this disclaimer in here. I am not sponsored by Twisted Pro, nor is Twisted Pro sponsoring this video. I'm just telling you guys why I like the company and why I like their products. Now, why do you need rock lights? There are basically 2 reasons for having rock lights. 1, so you can look cool. 2, so you can illuminate the trail and see the obstacles in your path related to your tire. Also helps you see those speed bumps in the mall parking lot. Now, one of the big issues with installing rock lights is figuring out where to mount them and run your wiring. Most people tend to put them up in their fender wells, and that's fine. The only problem with putting them there is that they tend to shine more light on top of the tire rather than on the trail in front and behind the tire where you actually need the light. It does look cool though. So I took some time the other day, got down on my creeper and rolled around under the Jeep looking for places to mount my rock lights. So in the front here, I'm going to mount them right here on this curve on the bottom of my grill. It's going to be protected by my bumper, and hopefully it'll project the light down in front of the tire where I want it. So behind the front tire, I'm going to use the mounting bracket for my rock slider. I'm going to mount it up to there, and it's going to shine the light straight down here. Same thing for the front of the rear tire. The mounting bracket for my rock slider right here. Going to project the light right down here. Now for behind the rear tire, I've still got my OE bumper, so I've got this brace right here that extends to the outside of the bumper and then back over to the frame. There's 2 holes already in here, so I just fabbed up a bracket, mounted my rock light to it, and it'll project the light straight down here. So this is the bracket I made. It's just a piece of flat aluminum that I had laying around. You can get this stuff at Lowe's. I think it comes in like a 3-foot piece. I measured it out, cut it, bent it, drilled the holes, mounted my rock light. So this will go on the driver's side in the same spot that I just showed you on that bumper bracket. Also, to install these rock lights, you're going to need a couple other things. You're going to need a pretty good amount of either 14 or 16 gauge wire. This is 16 gauge. I would not recommend using anything smaller than 16 gauge. Because of the length of the wire to get back to your rear rock lights, you're going to be sending current a pretty good ways. You really do not want to use anything smaller than 16 gauge. Even though LEDs don't use that much voltage, it really has more to do with the distance the current's traveling. So 16 gauge will be fine. I'm not using the wiring harness that came with this because I have the switch system. But even if you use the wiring harness that comes with this, you're still going to need extra wire. Another thing you're going to need is T-tap connectors. They look like this. So what you'll do is you'll take your main wire, you'll run it through here, close this over, and snap it together. Then this end will go to your rock lights, and it just plugs right in the back like that. So you have a quick disconnect. So you can take your rock lights off without having to undo a bunch of dadgum wiring. So with all that said, I'm going to start marking spots and start drilling. Alright, so it's a couple hours later and I got all the rock lights mounted. There's my front corner lights. Can we see them? There. There. Then the back ones. So now I gotta start wiring. Yay me. Alright, we got one side wired up. It's projecting that light right in front of the tire, or really where I want it to be. That's almost perfect. Same thing behind the tire and in front of the rear tire. And behind the rear tire, that's not so much, but it's pretty good. I believe that'll work. Nighttime wheeling. So I haven't tucked anything away yet. All the wires are still loose, but you can see how I ran my wires up here and then down in behind, basically on top of the frame. Now I zip tied it right there so I'd have a stopping point, or at least a tension point, and ran it all along the frame. You can see where my wire is hanging down right now, but it's going to be tucked up. It's going to be tucked up on top of the frame, and then on this side where these I think this is your fuel line, I'm going to pull the wires up on top and then zip tie them to this fuel line, and that'll keep the whole thing up there, because this light, once I get it zip tied up there, it's going to stay. The wire is going to stay up there and then runs from the top of the frame up inside the fender well and then straight up. So hopefully that's going to keep the wires hidden, and it's going to keep them from getting snagged on rocks or sticks or whatever. So one side is done, I'll do the other side after a cold beer. Yep, they're all on. Alright, all the rock lights are on and they're working. Everything's good to go. If you're interested in these Twisted Pro rock lights, I'll have a link to them in the description. They're going to run you about $225 for a set of 8. That's not near as expensive as some companies, but with that warranty that comes with them, I think it's worth every daggum penny. The extra stuff that you'll need, the extra wire and the T-Tap connectors, I'll have links to those in the description as well. Y'all, it's been a long day. It's about beer 30. Hope you like this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till the next time, keep the shiny side up. Jeep on.